Hey gang, it's JC and this is the Daily Dose for the 11th of October. 10, 11, 12 is the date. I'm sure that's very important to somebody. We're here every Monday and Thursday. We update the Daily Dose here at jcontheline.com. It's a cooperative venture with Mind Active in beautiful downtown Clayton. Great TV archives up top. JC's Eye Candy below. We have redone our photo section, by the way. So you hit that photo tab up on top and then below the pictures will show up. And we're constantly updating this website, and we're going to have a lot of new stuff here over the course of the next couple of weeks, thanks to Jimmy Smith and Phil Hamilton and Sean Baldwin and the rest of the guys at Mind Active, where our rock and roll poll question on Monday was, describe the condition of the tires you drive most. That's the car you drive most. What are the tires like on your car? 60% of you said, oh no, I got great tires. I'm surprised by that, 60%. 19% said my tires are brand new. 19% said, I'm going to have to replace them very soon. And only 1% of you say that I'm taking my life in my hands every time I get behind the wheel. Hell, my tires are bald right now, and I'm not the only one, or am I? Now I'm self-conscious about the whole thing. All right, thank you for responding. Please do so on this too. Generally, how do you decide what movies you're going to see? We're going to be talking movies here in just a couple of seconds. I'm a member of the St. Louis Film Critics Association, and some film critics like to take themselves very, very seriously. They think when they tell you, hey, go see this movie, that you leave the iron on and the dishwasher running and the TV going and all the lights on, and you just haul ass into the car and you don't even hook up your seatbelts because you run straight to the theater. And we know that's not how it works. You know, I mean, here's where I think film critics come in. You tell me if I'm wrong. But, you get a couple of people together, maybe you get two couples together, and you plan a night out. Maybe you're going to get a babysitter. So Saturday night, you go out, you have dinner, and now it's off to the theater. You get to the theater, you get to the box office. The movie you wanted to see is sold out. And now there's like 20 movie titles staring you in the face, and you don't know what to do. You're just like sensory overload. But then somebody says, hey, I heard that J.C. Corcoran say, Searching for Sugar Man is a good movie. Maybe we should see that. See, that's where I see my role as a film critic, but maybe I'm wrong. So how do you decide what movies to see? A, word of mouth. B, critics and other media recommendations. C, I do my own research. D, if I like the genre or the actors, I'll be more likely to see it. Or E, other, which probably would also include maybe you don't see a lot of movies. All right, what do you say about the St. Louis Cardinals? By the time you're watching this, it could be all over. You just never know. Congratulations, one way or the other. If you thought Mike Matheny was going to get in there as a rookie manager and not mess up once in a while, well, that's just silly. I mean, everybody in a new job messes up a little bit. Tony La Russa did too. So did Whitey Herzog, okay? I'm sure Walter Alston, in his rookie year managing, probably didn't do very well. So people who are jumping all over Matheny, you just got to get real about this. But what's with Major League Baseball? Okay, so we win the World Series. We not only win the World Series, we win it in an exciting fashion. Perhaps the most exciting World Series in maybe a couple of decades, maybe a couple of generations, who knows? And Major League Baseball still won't put the St. Louis Cardinals in prime time. Still won't put the Cardinals in prime time. Who can see these games at noon, 3 o'clock, 3:30 in the afternoon? I mean, I can, but most people can't. Hey, you're looking around, you know where the games are. You got Fox, you got TNT, you got TBS. You don't know where the games are. There's 2 games going on at one time. It's just chaos. This is the national pastime. Perhaps the game should be treated with more reverence than just being thrown on some cable channel you don't even know if you have. And by the way, in football, you have the NFC Championship game. In Stanley Cup, you've got round 2 of the Stanley Cup. And baseball has the NLDS. That really rolls off the tongue. Come on, man, it's marketing. Pick it up, pick it up. And Jaime Garcia, those of us who have been close to the situation and we know about Jaime Garcia's OCD, this has been like one of these things that for whatever reason the sports reporters in this town don't do much talking about. Jaime is a head case. Okay, it doesn't make him a bad person, but he maybe isn't the guy you want out on the mound in a pressure situation where your team, you play all year, you play for 6 months, 162 games, and now all the marbles are there, and you got a guy out there maybe without all of his marbles. So it's like, maybe he's not exactly in Khalil Green territory, but this guy is damaged goods, and somebody's going to have to do something, or this kind of stuff is going to keep happening all over again. And by the way, let's go to Kansas City. Let's not. There's a stupid town for you. You know, I'm not surprised by what happened at the football game last weekend when they booed their own guy when he got hurt. Let me just tell you a quick little story. 1985 World Series. I'm sitting there, I'm watching the game, and the Kansas City pitcher comes up, and he's got to run around first, nobody out. So it's his job to advance the runner with a bunt. So he lays down a bunt, but it's right back to the pitcher. Our pitcher turns around, whirls, throws to second, throws the guy out at second. They almost turn a double play. They whirl and throw to first. Pitcher is safe at first. The crowd cheers. He failed to advance the runner just because he's safe at first. Like I said, that's a stupid town. All right, let's shift on to something else here. 1 in 5 Americans does not have a religious affiliation. And the news stations are like, how will this affect America in the future? Hey, it's affecting America right now. For the better. Here's the story to watch. Maybe not a station to watch because Channel 4 lost its way a long time ago. Their news is like some bizarre cross between Entertainment Tonight, a circus, there's some TV news in there too, and just sort of like people running wild through a newsroom calling it news. Bye-bye Vicki Newton, they sort of ran her out. And they brought in this woman from Cleveland. Now, you may remember this story because we did it on the air a couple of years ago. You know how you have these guys, they're artists? They're artists. And they basically say, look, we're going to be out at 6 o'clock in the morning in downtown Cleveland. You come down and take off all your clothes. And hundreds of you are going to take off your clothes. You're all going to lay down on the street, lay on top of one another. I'm going to take a picture, and that's art. And then everybody just scatters. So this reporter, this woman, black woman, gorgeous woman, by the way, body that is just gangbusters. So she's doing the story for the TV station in Cleveland and decides to take her clothes off and go join them. Now, they didn't actually show it, but they showed what she was going to do, and this is how she sort of became famous. Well, also she became famous because she's living in Cleveland and may have borne a child out of wedlock with LeBron James. She is your new Channel 4 television anchor person. Good luck over there, I say. Good luck. All right, what else we got here? Let's talk movies. So this is the time of year where all the good movies come out, and I'll probably see 40 or 50 movies in the next 2 months. And as far as I'm concerned, although there will be a lot of very good movies that I still have to see, I got a funny hunch when it's all said and done, all of those films will be chasing this new one that Ben Affleck has written and directed. This guy's turning into a pretty good director. If you saw Gone Baby Gone or The Town, George Clooney, executive producer, he just seems to know what to get his hands on in more ways than one. And this is the story. It's a true story about the hostages in Iran back in 1979, and 6 of them got away and were holed up with the Canadian diplomat over in his private residence. And so this agent, the CIA agent, basically tries to get them out. And the movie is called Argo. And I have to tell you, you got this movie has everything. It just has everything. John Goodman and Alan Arkin are in this movie. They steal every scene they're in. They're just fabulous. Bryan Cranston from Breaking Bad is fabulous in this. And Ben Affleck, who I've been critical of as an actor in the past, is very, very good in this whole thing. And I have to tell you, it has everything. The movie has everything. It has action. It has suspense. It is hilarious. You wouldn't expect this movie, this subject matter, to be funny, but it is a riot. It's very, very suspenseful and a lot of drama. And again, it opens this weekend. It is called Argo, A-R-G-O. You might want to make room for it. And if you can get over to Plaza Frontenac this weekend, I don't know how long it's going to be held over, but you saw the piece on 60 Minutes. We had it on the website. It's still in the archives in eye candy. This is the 1970s folk singer who everybody said was even better than Bob Dylan. He faded into obscurity, but then, this is a true story. This may win the Oscar for Best Documentary, and it's called Searching for Sugar Man. It is wonderful. It's absolutely wonderful. You got to go see that. Lance Armstrong. Almost all of our heroes. Poof. Almost all of our heroes. Americans are spending money like crazy on their pets at Halloween. A $370 million industry, mostly on dogs. So far, the 5 most popular pet costumes: superhero, elephant, lederhosen, taco, and chef. When Mitt Romney was talking about Big Bird, he had no idea what effect that would have. They're saying that there's a 500% jump in sexy Big Bird costumes across the country. Speaking of sexy, Victoria's Secret has created a new bra that's a sports bra, but it's also a push-up bra for those women who, I don't know, want to look good at the gym, maybe? I don't know. There's a new toothbrush that rats you out if you don't brush. It's got a Bluetooth-enabled thing. It talks to your smartphone or your dentist, and it rats on you if you're not brushing your teeth. New global study found that the most popular color for cars around the world is white. How boring are we? 21% of the cars produced here are white, 23% in Europe and Asia. Silver, number 2, followed by black, gray, and red. All right, JC's Eye Candy. I don't know why I think these things are so funny, but I put one up a couple of months ago, and there's a new one. I'm telling you, I was like sitting and watching this morning, just crying. I was laughing so hard. Basically what these guys do on the internet is they take actual footage, in this case of Romney and Obama in the debate, but they dub in words other than the ones that they said, but it matches their lips perfectly, and it looks and sounds like they're really saying this. And they got Jim Lehrer from PBS who moderated this thing. It's just, I would never necessarily recommend that you become heavily intoxicated or do illegal drugs, but if you were slightly baked when you watch this, it would probably seem even funnier. I don't know. But it's JC's Eye Candy. It's right below what you're looking at right now. All right, rock and roll poll question. Please answer down in the corner. How do you decide what movies to see? We'll have results for you on Monday. Go Cardinals. We're also on Facebook all the time. Excuse me, at the Showgram with JC Corcoran. We update Mondays and Thursdays here. And that's it. The Daily Dose for 10/11/12, October 11th, 2012. A combined venture with Mind Active in beautiful downtown Clayton. In the meantime, we've beaten this one to death. Have a good one. See you later. Bye.